First of all, thank you for coming to my mother's 90th birthday celebration. Woohoo! Before I start, I want to thank 4 people. John and Susan for letting us use their house for the party. And where's Terry and Scott for planning the party? I really thank you very much for getting us all together. You all got a copy of this invitation, I presume?
Yeah.
That's
except me.
Thank you. Just hold it up so they can see who it is. This is Aunt Roxy and this is Ma. And this was at City Point, which was behind the Boston Army base, right? In Boston.
Sitting on a rock. Those are rocks.
How old are you, Graham? Graham, how old were you?
About 8. Between 8 and 10. And these 2 dresses were Pawn jeans. They don't make them more. They were They were all set. And they had pink crocheting around them. I remember that, but that was a long time ago.
All right, you'll get a copy of this. This is your life, okay? But everyone's in front of you. No one's coming down the chimney to surprise you. If you say that,
I'll be the one to be getting surprised.
yeah, you will. Yeah, there's a lot of pictures in here, all this material here. It'll all be part of the book, so you can sit down and thumb through it while you wait for the hockey season to start.
Yeah, show a little bit. So you open it and it has the invitation. And then it's got photographs and things that people wrote, and it's in progress. I'm still putting stuff in, so. But you'll see. Everybody can browse through it later. I'm going to end up taking it home to finish it. There's no way I'll finish it here.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off telling you a little about Ma and what happened in 1915. And then after I do a little bit of talking here, I'm going to ask, is anyone on the floor wants to come up and say something serious about Ma or something in the comical line about Ma? And if you have a chance to answer them back, just in case they get too fresh. Don't worry. I'm on your side. Anna Mays was born on 3/7/15 at Lake George, New Brunswick, Canada. She has 4 children. Walter Elwin, Bud, Ellen, Faith, and Eva. Do you know whose middle name is Irene?
No! Other than you two.
It's Faith.
I didn't know that.
You know whose middle name is Ernest? It's Ellen. No, it's Ellen Louise, Faith Irene, and Eva Phyllis.
Where'd Phil come from?
I only knew the Irene.
We don't even know Where'd Phil come from?
You all know her as
Somebody's mother's name.
Somebody.
you all know her as Ma, Gram, Auntie, Flo, or any other names you want to call her. I wish that Danny was here because he has that New Brunswick accent. But I wanted to tell you how they came up with the spelling of the name Canada. There were a bunch of pioneers sitting around the campfire one night, and they said, this is beautiful country. And said, we've got to come up with a name for it. So what they did, they put a lot of letters in a bag, a paper bag. And you know how in Canada, everything is A. So that's why I wanted Danny. So the first guy reaches in, he pulls out the letter C. He says, C-A? N-A? D-A. And that's the spelling of Canada. You knew that, right?
You don't know how they got to smell my first name.
How?
Not what you have.
Florence Anna?
No. Flossie. Flossa.
That was your real name?
P-H-Y-L-O-S-S-A, because that was Grandpa's eye.
They gave that name back to the cow.
Florence, on your birth certificate, which name is on it?
Florence. Because when the grandma and the doctor made up everybody's birth certificate in Canada, everything was Dr. Mackenzie and Grandma, because she was the one who was most all the kids, she went with the doctor to deliver them. So,
Don't give them out too many at a time, Sid.
well, I have to beat you.
I just want to give you a couple of ideas of what happened in 1915. First of all, I looked for famous people born in 1915, and it was only my mother. Who else?
Two of the Furbanks, the florist, was born on my birthday.
On your birthday.
Okay, what did happen in 1915, and this is appropriate, the first quilting book was published, and the title was Quilts, Their Story, and How to Make Them, and it was by Marie Webster in Marion, Indiana. And since then, there's been 6 billion quilt books written, of which Janet's written a couple. Okay.
Not in 1915.
In 1915, the German submarines sank the British ocean liner Lusitania with a loss of life of 1,198 people. Winston Churchill resigned from government and went into war as a soldier, but he was a lieutenant colonel. The first woman to graduate from college with a degree in agriculture graduated at St. John's, New Brunswick, and her name was Kate Brood.
Kate.
Overshoes were introduced to Canada. They brought them over from France. And Lake George had the mine there, the largest antimony producer in North America.
And the Indians could come all summer and stay on the lake because they didn't have any houses built then. And they were there. Every time the grandma made bread, we took over to the Indians. The Indians lived in the tents. They had a big trunk with a cover come up. The pots and pans were in the bottom. The top half was their bed. And we could go in, pick up the bed. And they would bring up meat because they could shoot the deer and stuff and hang it in Grandma's cellar, and the dog wouldn't even bark.
Yeah, they would go in the cellar at night, and the dog wouldn't hear them, and they're hanging up there. Okay. Theodore Roosevelt was the president at that time, and you have seen 17 presidents since that in your 90 years.
Woo, 17.
Yeah. The Montreal Canadiens beat the Portland Rosebuds in 3 games. No wonder the champions that year, huh?
Yeah, they should have beat him with that name.
Now let me ask you this. Listen to this. How many World Series have been won by the Red Sox since you were born?
Just this one.
No, you were born in 1915.
But I didn't see the
I didn't say sorry. See, you were a good luck charm because the Red Sox have won 4 World Series since you were born. 1915, 1916, 1918, and 2004. Okay.
Every Friday was Ladies' Day when I was 10 years old. For 25 cents, we could pay a nickel for the fare to go to Boston with a transfer to something else. You could get in the ball game for 10 cents tax. We had 2 nickels left. I would buy a bag of peanuts. Roxy would buy a bag of cherries. So for 25 cents, my father was